If you look at the world's innovation cycles, the world's greatest opportunities are always from the world's biggest problems. Hello everybody, I am Peter Gross. I'm one of the co-founders and currently the Chief Intellectual Property Officer of Lucent Biosciences. Let's say you divert a plastic from landfill and you turn that into another product which at the end of that product's life goes back into landfill. It's good that you've diverted the plastic into a second life, but that's not a true circular economy because it's an open loop system. It has one iteration and then it's over. So that's not what we're doing at Lucent. Our major innovation is that we're taking natural fibers from crops and we're turning those into fertilizers that go back into the soils, that feed the soil microbial community and biodegrade in such a way that it's beneficial to soils. Then those crops grow, a component of that goes back into creating the fertilizer, and the circle of that process does not have a finite end of life. That's what I mean about a real circular economy. So for a new product or innovation to have adoption, it has to be both better and it has to be cheaper for the user base. So let me give you an example. LED lights, they're everywhere now. Why? Because they have an almost infinite lifespan and they use about a tenth of the amount of energy as the previous technology, the incandescent lamps, had. So that's how it was able to gain adoption. So when we design our products, they have to be sustainable from an environmental context, but they also have to stand on their own legs financially for the users. So there is no pre-existing circular manufacturing process in our industry, in this application for sure. So everything needs to be innovated. There is no manual of circular engineering with tables and graphs. It doesn't exist. So one of the problems was to make our process completely circular. Because everything has to be innovated and because it's iterative, it takes a really long time. So you have to be very, very patient. And you also have to be able to respond to new ideas within the organization. Some of them you reject and some of them are just awesome. And by doing this over and over again, you finally achieve an iterative process that's truly circular. Let me give you an example. In our first iteration of our manufacturing process, we generated a 10x wastewater ratio, which means that for every unit of material that we manufactured, there was 10 times that amount in wastewater. And we discovered that managing wastewater was the most expensive part of our manufacturing process. We looked at it, it took years, it took a lot of investment, but we finally figured out a way to manufacture our product and reduce the wastewater to zero. If you can innovate in this space, if you scale, get adoption, if you're actually making an environmental impact, then you have a real triple bottom line innovation organization. It's people, planet, profit. You can have all of those three things working for you concurrently without excluding one. I think that my final word here is, if you look at the world's innovation cycles, the world's greatest opportunities are always from the world's biggest problems. We have a few environmental problems right now. If you look at the Industrial Revolution, that was driven by solving some of the world's biggest problems, like transportation, materials. What we have now is the environmental revolution. And right now, we are on the forefront of new industries that not only are beneficial to people, not only are beneficial to the planet, but also have a business model that makes profit and generates economies of scale by solving environmental problems. That's new.